So in The Straussian Moment, which is an essay that Peter Thiel wrote, he frames the crisis of modern politics through questions of danger and conflict and civilizational fragility. He says, basically, that after 9/11, the entire political and military framework of the modern age was called into question. That already tells us so much. So he's not beginning from freedom. He is beginning from a rupture, like a vulnerability and the problem of order. From there, he argues that modern political philosophy has abandoned central questions, which is, what is a well-lived life? What does it mean to be human? What is the nature of the city and humanity? And again, this is important. Thiel thinks that liberal modernity has flattened politics into economics and procedure. And in response, he turns toward thinkers like Carl Schmitt, Leo Strauss, and René Girard. And each of these thinkers helps explain the kind of egoism that Thiel represents. So Carl Schmitt is the philosopher of sovereignty, decision, and the friend-enemy distinction. So in Thiel's essay, Schmitt appears as the thinker who insists that politics can't be escaped. Thiel quotes Schmitt approvingly, and the quote is, "The high points of politics are the moments in which the enemy is in concrete clarity recognized as the enemy." And this matters because once politics is framed through enemies and danger and existential conflict, what becomes central is not like fluid association, but the power to decide and to contain and to organize and to govern. Leo Strauss is also interesting in this because it's one of his, big influences. So Strauss introduces the problem of like elite knowledge and the instability of like open liberal order. So Thiel is very fascinated by Strauss because Strauss suggests that certain truths can't simply be democratized, right? They have to be guarded and mediated and handled carefully. So in the essay, he highlights the idea that like difficult truths may remain the province of trustworthy and intelligent readers only, is what he calls it. And that gives us a world where knowledge itself becomes stratified, where power is not just economic or political, but also interpretive. And then we have his mentor, René Girard. So Girard gives Thiel like a way of seeing human life as nothing but fucking rivalry and escalation and violence and mimetic conflict. So Girard's account of scapegoating and imitation very much deepens his sense that modern liberal stories about rational individuals peacefully coordinating is bullshit. So now try to combine all of those influences, because what you get is a very distinct worldview that is centered on conflict, danger, containment, elite interpretation, stabilization, and systems of order. And I think that is the philosophical shape of Thiel's egoism.